Hi there, it's Rob here from the Gym Tin. Welcome to this restorative stretch training class with me, Rob. I hope you're well. Grab yourself a drink of water, place it at the head end of your mat. You're going to need this during your training session today. We're going to work on 3 different exercises designed to help increase your flexibility, specifically around the torso area. So if you do a lot of desk space work, this is a great training class for you. So stick your water down and close the doors, let people know you take part in a training session, and let's work out. Let's go for it. Now for this class as well, you will need a box or a platform as well, so get that one ready for you. If you haven't got one, all you need is a chair or a desk or something, or a sofa that you can put it on as well. Okay, so whatever you've got, it might be a chair or a stool behind you, just for you to do some extended arm stretches. Okay, so from here, we're going to have our feet a fist gap apart. We're just going to bring our hands on our hips, lift our chest up nice and high. I feel a nice big stretch all the way through the front of our shins as we lift up through into our calf raise. Our shoulders are going to be back, our chest lifted. We're going to drop our arms down by the side. From here, we're going to tilt our head back, looking up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift our chin up nice and high and concentrating here on rolling those 4 toes or 5 toes forward and backwards. From here, bring your hands behind your hips. Just drive your hips forward slightly more. The idea here is to relax and slow down the movements of the body. Then we're going to stretch up nice and high. We're going to elongate. We're going to push up nice and high. And from here, we're going to tilt over to the right-hand side, pushing our arms as far away from our body as we can. Placing our feet flat to the floor, we're going to try and get some curvature here through the upper body. I want you to extend those arms as straight as you feel comfortable. Those arms fully lengthened out. So if you're here with your elbows flexed, just push that a little bit further. Now, as you stretch over to the side, you're going to feel the tendency to drop the left shoulder. I want you to keep that left shoulder back and high up towards the ceiling, upstretched. Now the lengthening is through the side of the body, the side obliques, external obliques working and lengthening out nice and taut. Again, our feet are nice and parallel to each other and the hips tilted away. From here, we're slowly going to come out of that stretch and roll our hips side to side and then into a clockwise direction. Slow the tempo down, slow everything right down. Stretch up high, push up high and lock the fingers and then tilt to the other side. We're going to push those arms as far away from the body as we can, squeezing the ears with our arms. As we get down to this position here, we feel that lengthening, remembering to tilt the elbow up high towards the ceiling. The feet remain parallel to each other, the hips driven away. From here, we slowly take ourselves back up through into standing. Raising up onto the balls of our feet into a calf stretch, stretching up nice and tall. We're going to interlace our fingers, placing the palm of our hands up high towards the ceiling, arms fully extended overhead. From here, we're slowly going to return those heels back to the floor. And again, work on a side-to-side rock, followed by a circular motion of the hips. From here, we're going to forward fold, reaching down towards our toes. From there, slowly coming back through into standing. Stretching both arms back, up high. Again, interlock the fingers. Raise the chest. Raise up on the ball of the feet. Slowly releasing down again, stretching the arms out wide, into our T position here. Our fingers facing up towards the ceiling. We're going to tilt from the hips. And I want you to imagine that there is a straight line between your finger running through the shoulders through to the other fingers. And we're now going to extend the arms as far away from each other as we can. So the bigger gap that you can make between your top fingers and your bottom fingers. Coming back into our T position, and we're going to tilt to the other side. Again, the hips are going to lead the direction. Palm of the hand facing up towards the ceiling. Bottom palm facing away from you. Hips have taken the load. And slowly, keeping that straight line through the body, come back through to standing. Placing the arms forward onto the front of your shin and in front of your thighs. Take your feet out wider. We're going to forward fold, reaching down towards our toes. Feeling a nice big stretch through the back of the legs, toe to heel flat down to the ground. And take our left hand over towards our right shin. Slowly coming back in and swapping it over. Right hand over to the left shin. Coming back down into plane. I want you to turn your big toe in just slightly. So your second toes are nice and parallel to each other. From here we're going to stick your bottom back just slightly further and feel a nice deep long stretch through the back of the legs. From here the arms are going to fold, the elbows pointing down towards the ground. Big toe to little toe flat down to the floor. Toes to heel down to the ground as well. So our ragdoll position here, you should feel a lovely big deep stretch all the way through the back of the legs. The chin coming down towards the floor slightly. And a lengthening through the lower back and all the way through the back of the legs as well. The arms are going to unfold once more. Our elbows reach down towards the ground. Now don't worry about how far you can reach here. Genetics plays a massive role into the flexibility of our bodies, plus our day-to-day, our lifestyle, our nutrition, our water, and our sleep. So your flexibility is determined by many, many aspects. The functionality of the body as well is different from each person to the next. The idea of all these stretches, as you can see, is we're going to hold the stretch for a period of time. And if you're doing these on replay, you can always pause and lengthen the stretch further. Now each stretch we're looking to hold to a maximum of 5 minutes. The stretches we're going to do today, we're going to do for about 2 minutes during the class. I want you to wiggle your toes, or 2 to 3 minutes. Wiggle your toes so you can feel that there is equal spacing between the toes, and also so that you can feel the pads of the foot firmly down to the ground equally. So if you feel like you're rocking out to the side of your feet, change your stance and your posture. The hips are hinged back into position. And again, we might find that we can just tilt just a little bit further. From here, we're slowly going to stand ourselves back. Drive the hips forward. Stretch. Interlock the fingers again. Placing the palm of the hands up towards the ceiling. Extending the arms nice and straight. Just give a tilt over to the left. Control it back up. And tilt over to the right. And release. Okay, so earlier in the class I suggested we needed a block to place our arms on, or a chair, or a stairs, or a sofa, something that you can place your arms on. We'll push that up against the wall, and we're going to drop onto our knees. From here, we're going to fold from the hips, stretching our arms out long, and we're going to hang into the stretch here. Wonderful way of opening up the chest. And if we take the arms out wider, we can feel a deepening of the stretch as well. The heels are nicely supporting our bottom, dropping our chest that little bit lower through the stretch and hold. Now, your choice of head position is entirely up to you. You could drop your chin down on your chest and feel a lovely big stretch through the back of the neck muscles. From there, can you walk your fingers just a little bit further away from you? I'm going to close the eyes here. I'm going to take a slow, deep breath in for 4. Hold that breath, and then slowly deep breath out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, change the hand position, web the fingers out wider, feel a lovely deep stretch through the back, through the shoulders. And if you feel comfortable here, keep your toes together, take your knees a little bit wider, and you'll feel a quite significant change through the thoracic element of the spine, the upper back. A nice lengthening through the body. You might find a little pinch between the shoulder blades as we drop into this position here. Heels back and bottom over the heels. As you close the eyes, you take a slow deep breath in for 4. And slowly exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And change your hand position, change your arm positions as you're staying into this low position. Try and close the eyes, sigh out the breath deeply as you do each stretch. Again, the hips driven right back over the heels. Nice, slow, controlled, deep stretch. Through the chest, through the shoulders, through the lower back. And once more, slow deep breath in for 4. Hold that breath, and then slowly deep breath out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, slowly coming out of that stretch. Sitting yourself up nice and straight. Roll your shoulders back into position. And from there, we're just going to move the block out the way. We're going to turn ourselves so we're sitting on our bottom. Now, your choice of sitting position here, if you can go to cross leg, then that's great. If you struggle with cross leg, so just placing a couple of cushions underneath the outside of your thighs so that they're supported. You might wish to go straight legged as well. If you can go lotus as well, then brilliant. Whichever way you're going to work. Okay. From here, we're going to take our left hand up overhead and stretch over to the side. We're going to take our right hand and place it over our left thigh. We're going to keep our chest up and we're going to tilt over to the right side. And take notice as to where this top arm goes. If you're particularly tight in your chest muscles, your arm is going to fall forward. If you struggle with lower back flexibility, this is a real must. I want you to try and keep the elbow high up towards the ceiling, the hand reaching over to the side, the fingers web open. Now this top arm might eventually get to a point where it just wants to flop on top of your head. And if it does so, that's fine. Just make sure it's not causing you any straining of the neck muscles. But as you drop to the side, you're going to feel a wonderful stretch all the way through the side of the back. You're doing this on replay. We're going to do 3 more deep breaths in and out. Another 45 seconds here on this stretch. Slow deep breath in for 4. And then we're going to slowly deep breath out for 8. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And again, slow deep breath in for 4. And slow deep breath out for 8. And last one here. Deep breath in for 4. And slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Slowly sitting yourself up straight. And what I'd recommend you do as well is swap your legs over if you were sitting cross-legged. Okay. And bring your right hand over the top of your left thigh this time. Oh, sorry, your left hand over the top of your right hand. And right hand up over and stretch. Again, we're going to keep that right elbow up towards the ceiling. The left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Elbow up nice and high. Nice big stretch through the side of the body. And slow deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And again, slow deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8, 6, 5, and release. And again, Again, just changing that hand position. Shoulders back, chin up, chest up. Again, slow deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly unfolding out of this stretch here. From here, rolling onto your front, knees down to the ground, toes out wide, stretching forward into child's pose. Dropping your head down to the floor. Fingertips to elbow flat down to the ground. Allow your forehead, if it will go to the ground, to relax completely. If you're struggling with that depth and that range, grab a cushion or a pillow just to place underneath your forehead, or a yoga block, and just hold into this low position. Take a moment to close your eyes. Breathe in slowly and deeply for 4. Slow and deep control breath back out. Now, if your knees will allow, let the knees come slightly further apart. Keep the toes together, keep your bottom back over the heels. And the forehead drops down to the floor controlled. The eyes close. I'm going to write 3 deep breaths here to finish. Slow deep breath in for 4. Slow deep breath out for 8. 6. 4. 2. And again, deep breath in for 4. Slow exhale for 8. 6. 4. 2. And last one here. Slow deep breath in for 4. Slow controlled breath out for 8. 7. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, slowly coming back out into press-up position. Slowly up onto your knees, followed by up onto feet. From there, feet facing forwards, forward flex and drop. Oh, that's lovely. Again, feel the big toes just slightly turned in. Nice big stretch through the back of the legs. Big toe to little toe down to the floor. Slowly coming back through into controlled stance. Stretching up. Elongating by coming up onto the balls of the feet. Stretching up nice and high. Slowly releasing, taking the arms out wide, palms facing up. Rotate so that the palms now face down, extending the arms away. And release. Interlock the fingers, roll back the opposite way. And relax. Well trained, very well trained. Really, really lovely session. Okay. Great way of just opening up the body, working through the thoracic nature of the spine. Lovely work on the rotations as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Join me next time for the next one. Grab yourself your drink of water and hydrate. Well trained. Very good. Cheers. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Well done.